What is event-driven programming? Event-driven programming is a programming paradigm that focuses on responding to events or use actions rather than following a sequential flow of execution. In event-driven programming, the flow of the program is determined by events such as user interactions, sensor inputs, or messages from other parts of the system. Why event-driven programming? Event-driven architectures can introduce additional complexities in the context of business, especially when dealing with rapidly changing environments, numerous IoT-like devices, unstructured networks, and asynchronous communication. How can we apply event-driven programming to a button-click event? Let's say you have a button in the graphical user interface and you want to handle a button-click event that redirects the user to another page. Here's how the event-driven programming can be applied in this scenario. First, you would design and create the GUI with the button element. This typically involves using a GUI framework or library. Once the GUI is set up, you would register an event handler function to handle the button-click event. In event-driven programming, an event handler is a function that gets called when a specific event occurs. In this case, the button-click event. You need to bind the event handler function to the button-click event. This can be done by associating the event handler with the button's click event using the appropriate syntax or method provided by the GUI framework or library you are using. This step connects the button-click event to the event handler function you define. In an event-driven system, there is typically an event loop running in the background, constantly waiting for events to occur. The event loop is responsible for receiving events and dispatching them to their corresponding event handlers. When the user clicks the button, the event loop detects the button click event and triggers the associated event handler function. The event handler function for the button click event is executed. In this case, the event handler would contain the logic to redirect the user to another page. The specifics of how the redirection is implemented would depend on the platform and programming language being used. The event handler code would typically include instructions to navigate or redirect the user to another page. For example, in a web-based application, this could involve changing the URL or performing a server-side redirect. In a desktop application, it might include showing a new window or loading a different view within the existing application. Finally, the new page or view would be displayed to the user, providing the desired redirection effect. Throughout this process, the event-driven programming model ensures that the button-click event is captured and handled by the event handler, allowing you to perform the necessary actions such as redirecting to another page in response to the event. Let's move to a demo video.